to Charlese Will Figure It Out. Today, we are with a very, very special guest. And I'd like to welcome Emma to the stage.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks.
So introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, kind of like what you do, just whatever you want to introduce yourself as.
I'm Emma. I don't do much at the moment, honestly. I kind of do whatever I want, and I have a great time doing it. I just moved here, so kind of figuring it out.
And Charlese will help her figure it out.
And Charlese will help her figure it out.
So I know you moved from Hawaii.
I did.
Well, I know that. They didn't know that, but
now
you guys know that. She moved from Hawaii. What kind of did it for you, like when you were like, hey, it's time to go. Get out.
I feel like once I realized that the people around me have been doing the same thing with the same people for the last 2 or 3 years, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just kind of over this. There's no more room to grow.
I think you're real comfy today.
Oh.
All right, let's do this.
Maybe I'll join you.
I feel like it's just so much comfier. This one will be your camera.
This one is mine? Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
You guys don't have to edit that out if you don't want to. It doesn't really matter. So people were doing the same thing for the last couple years, and that just wasn't.
It's just so repetitive, and no one has. It's a very comfortable lifestyle out there. Everyone's so comfortable just doing whatever, really, and there's no no one's hungry. No one wants more for themselves. They're so complacent, and that's just not what I wanted to do anymore.
I feel like I've heard that a lot from people who have moved. They're like, hey, a lot of people here, they don't want to do it. And I guess it makes sense because let's be real, in the States in general, I don't feel like you see a ton of Hawaiians here. It's and when you do, it's usually always the same thing. They're like, oh, either they came for family or their family did, something like that. Or it's like, I didn't want to just keep doing the same things and I wanted to change. I needed something different. And I guess that makes sense, because you hear so many things about Hawaii, I get it, there's multiple islands, things like that, but there's a lot of the same things everywhere.
Yeah.
And not everyone's going to be able to continue to just keep eating and growing. Yeah. At some point, there's going to be a stagnant of just stillness.
Yeah, and that's where you are. And I think out there, especially, a lot of the culture is you find someone to have kids with super young, 16, 17, 18 is normal to have a kid out there. So if you're 20-something, 24, 25, and you don't have kids, people are what are you doing? And then you just fall into okay, I can just go out and party and do whatever and just kind of fuck around. Can I swear on your podcast?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes, you're allowed to swear. You can say
Okay.
whatever you like.
Okay.
Talk about anything here.
This is a safe space.
Safe space. This is a safe space.
We will figure it out, and it is going to be a safe space.
It is going to be a safe space. Yeah. As safe as it, at the end of the day, anything on the internet is not always,
I mean,
safe. But it's as safe as I feel like it can be. No matter what, people are going to judge you for whatever you do, so.
Just kind of do it.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
What do you feel like for you, what do you miss the most about home?
The ocean.
Oh,
immediately the ocean.
The ocean.
I think about it every day. I really do think about the ocean every day.
I think that would be my struggle with leaving somewhere with an ocean. Now, when I take trips, I typically tend to go places where there is an ocean.
Yeah.
If there's an ocean, I'm at peace.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to sleep with just the sound of it. I'm like,
Oh, I want to go splash around. I yearn to splash. Since I've lived here, and everything's so dry and so dusty, and there's just nowhere to splash.
Just take a little California drive, The water's not the same, but...
It's not the same. Technically, it is the same, but it's not the same.
It doesn't... It's not the same.
It doesn't hit the same. It's the same water, but it's not.
I feel like Hawaii's definitely on my list. Weirdly enough, I have not been to Hawaii yet.
Let's go.
Which is crazy. Because but I don't know. It's one of those things, for me, I think the reason I don't go is because I feel like I can travel to so many other places out of the country for half the price of going to Hawaii.
100%.
Which I think at some point I just need to do it. I think it'll be a beautiful thing to do. It's just one of those things where it's I just haven't yet.
I think everyone should at least once in their lives, but I think it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
I feel like I say that, and I think a big thing is again, I do end up going to a lot of places out of the country, and so it's just there. I think if someone would be hey, if you were to be hey, come with me, let's go to Hawaii, I would just be okay, because that's typically how trips go for me. I'm people are oh, come with me here, and I'm
all right,
okay.
Here I go.
You sure? You sure you want me to go?
You want me there?
You want to hang out with me?
For real?
Okay, I got you.
Okay, guys, let's do it.
Gonna get a little crazy probably, but it's okay.
A little crazy is good. We like a little crazy.
We all need a little crazy.
I need a little crazy.
When it's too peaceful, I feel like it gets to a point where it's like, all right, quiet. I hear the crickets. I hear them chirping. And like peace is definitely great, but I feel like when you have literally no excitement in your life, it's like, what do you do? And
what do you what do you look forward to?
Squidward.
Like, what do you
turn into Squidward?
Yeah.
I like to be SpongeBob.
I think the shirt is fitting. I think the color scheme today is fitting. For you wanting to be SpongeBob.
I could be Patrick sometimes. Like,
okay.
I like to pretend to be Patrick.
Okay.
I like to pretend to be Patrick.
Patrick in theory, SpongeBob in practice.
Yes.
Okay.
Like in theory, sometimes I feel like I should just pretend it, and then people like, you know, Patrick was like so loved in so many ways because he just played dumb. I don't think Patrick was actually dumb, honestly. I know we're talking.
I think it was a facade.
I think it was a facade.
Yeah.
But
I also think Ferb from Phineas and Ferb. I think he can speak.
Oh, I think he definitely speaks.
Yeah, like he's intellectual as fuck.
He's just not going to. He's just gonna
selective.
Sit there and be...
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Sometimes I think we need those selective moments of like just it doesn't make a difference. It's not doing anything.
You can't show your cards all the time.
No. If you do, I feel like there's nothing more for people to like.
Yeah, what are people gonna learn about you or like find out or be surprised about?
What else can I figure out about you if you give me everything?
You can't just hand it over.
No, it's not fun. And then, so you came here.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you pick Vegas?
I didn't pick Vegas. So my roommate picked Vegas. So they have already previously lived in Vegas. And so maybe like 2 months ago was just like, hey, do you want to move to Vegas with me? And I was like, well, like, yeah, that's like, I want to move. So like, if we can get a spot together and have like cheap ass rent in a nice spot and like be somewhere where you're kind of already familiar with this space, like, that's cool. And so I was like, yeah, I'm down, let's go.
So when you were in like Hawaii, like what was the main thing that you did? Like what kind of was like your lifestyle there?
I danced out there. So I was in the strip club damn near every day. I love working. Like if I have a job, I love working, but now that I don't have a job, I love not working. Yeah, because I like schedules and I love routines. So like having a job keeps a schedule and a routine. But not having a job, I can make my own schedule and my own routine on my own time, which I love. Yeah. But yeah, out there, I was in the clubs damn near every day.
Which do you feel like coming here, like obviously like Vegas is known for like clubs and dancing and everything else. Do you feel like at any point like that's something that you want to kind of explore? Or are you kind of just like ready to just put that behind you and be like, you know what? Like it's cool, like I lived it, it was fun, but like it's not really your go-to goal.
I think it's definitely not my go-to goal. I think I did it. I did a good job at it, and now I'm here and I want to explore other things. But I do like having the option to like dip a toe in every once in a while.
Just to do it.
The cool thing about Vegas club culture is that you don't get set schedules. Like you're not like, you don't have to be there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You get your little thing and you just show up whenever you want to show up. And so I like the freedom of being able to do that, but so far I don't see myself
really doing
getting back in there unless like someone, I don't know, I feel like if there's an event or like someone personally requests that I'm there, like I'll show up, but
yeah. It'll be fun.
But like on my own time, on my own time, I don't see that as something I like want to take up my time with.
I feel like one thing I have noticed from talking to other, dancers and stuff here in Vegas, it's the dance culture is kind of hard. Even though it is so easy to like go in and go out, people aren't making, the same kind of money, and it's so saturated for one, and two, it's like you have certain nights where it's like great. And it's also too, you have to get in the right club. If you're not in the right club, you're not doing
anything.
The
most work for the least money at all, for real.
And one thing, being like dealing with a lot of people like in the lifestyles now, like for me, like we have done so many like private events at different clubs, and I feel like those are the main nights that people are making anything. And even then, you may have like all of these wealthy men like in there, like all of these celebrities in one room who are all throwing a good amount of money. There's also 10 girls that all have to split this, not to mention you still have to do your tip outs, you still have to do this, you still have to do that.
The club still takes their part.
Exactly.
And I feel like club culture out here, if you're connected with the right people, you'll do decently. But I think club culture in Vegas is really, really slow because, like you said, it is so oversaturated. And when people come to Vegas, when dancers come to Vegas, they're like everyone's in and out. No one's making like consistent money every day in their clubs unless they have really, really good regulars.
Right, your regulars or your clientele, or even too, we're also in a place where obviously, like, prostitution's illegal here, but you do have like your escorts, you do have your atmosphere models.
Of course.
So a lot of girls now, it's like, hey, I'm not going to bother being in the club and dancing because why? I can literally go and get paid
more money than this outside
to get drunk. Yeah, I can go get paid to get drunk with people and do it and do this and that. Or girls will go to the club specifically just to meet people who are then like, hey, let's go and party all weekend. And let's do this outside of the club. And the Vegas culture is so much to where it's like everything is still, no matter what, 24/7, it's lifestyle, all day, all night, constantly.
Yeah.
Whereas in most other states, you go to like, you go to like any of the clubs, like strip clubs there, and they're only, some of them may be open 24 hours, but for the most part, there's only set hours, or there's only a lot of girls during these specific
customers,
hours.
Right.
Yeah. Or
Portland,
they have their
Seattle,
lunch things.
But those clubs are so good for money, like, because there is no lifestyle outside of the club.
No.
So you make your money in the club in places like that. And in places like Hawaii, you make your money in the club because the people that are in the strip clubs in Hawaii have money. Because you're in Hawaii in a strip club. Like, you're not coming there with $17 in your bank account.
Yeah.
So it's easy to make money out there because the people there,
they're like, hey,
that's what there is to do. There's no 24-hour anything over there. Maybe a 7-Eleven, but no one's shaking ass in a 7-Eleven. So
I don't know.
There may have been a night or two.
Look at those TikToks.
There may have been a night or two, but no one's making money 24 hours a day in Hawaii.
No.
People do, like,
they're going to sleep. People are living regular everyday lives.
And it's very much tourists and vacation and like peaceful partying, I would say.
And I think that's a huge thing that people do need to realize when they come to Vegas. It's not always like peaches and cream. It's not always, oh, I'm a dancer, so I'm going to do so great, or oh, I'm this, I'm going to do great.
No.
There's so many. There's everyone. Every turn you make, dancer. Someone in the industry.
Yeah.
And it's like, you also too. One thing is people who work in like the party industry. Those are a lot of your people who are going to the strip clubs to see you. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, they may throw some money here and there, but in reality, it's really not a lot. And everyone hangs out with each other.
Right.
So it's like, you see your friends come in.
Yeah, how much money can you realistically give your friends before it's like, am I a trick? Like really, like when I go see my girls at the strip club, like I'll throw $100 on like each of my friends, but like how much money is like, oh, like, girl, like I'm not your only customer. Like go find
other
work.
customers, go work. Like, and especially if you obviously the industry, it's like, cool, I'm willing to do this so we can hang out for a second, but it's also like, you're at work. Go
and
work.
Like we hang out and get dinner, so like why am I
doing this,
entertaining you with the strip club?
Yeah, I could literally, we could go eat dinner, and like instead of me throwing money on you, I could just pay for the dinner if that was like really the case. Like,
right, like there's ways to like have friends in the industry without having all your friends come to see you at the strip club.
Yeah. It's like game.
All right.
I just think it's a fun thing to like hear about and like see. It's like so crazy, and people don't realize that. And again, some people automatically, and social media did this as well, where everyone thinks dancers, escorts, everyone is just making all this money. And I'm like, please.
Yeah.
Please.
I wish, like, in a perfect world, yeah, but
it doesn't.
It's not like that.
No, and sex definitely sells. Like, I feel like that's a huge thing. Like, look, we do have, you have people who are making great money on OnlyFans. You have people who are making great money in the strip clubs. All of those different things, but nonetheless, it's not the same for everybody.
And
and it's becoming so glamorized. Like, when did you start dancing? Like, what was kind of like your thing for that?
I'd say 2019, 2020. And I was working in tech. I was working in the job that I had until literally 2 months ago. So I worked from home during the day, and then at nighttime I was just bored. And so I would go to the club, dance, make extra money, and ended up really liking it. It's fun as hell. I have a great time in the club.
I think it's one of those things, like, it also depends on what you do. Like, some people, I feel like they go in the club and that's the only thing that they know how to do.
Right.
Or to work, I have to get high, I have to get drunk, I have to do this. And then there's people who genuinely enjoy it.
I genuinely enjoyed it. I can count on two hands the amount of times in the last 5 years that I was super drunk or high at work. Like, I went in there sober and had the time of my life. I love meeting people with this, like, you kind of have an alter ego. It's fun. You get to, like, be a different person and, like, speak to people differently, and, like, going in there and just being this, like, other fun person and just meeting all these strangers and doing what I like to do. I love having fun with my friends. The strip club felt like hanging out with my friends in little bikinis, and we just troll strangers. And it's so fun. Okay, bye.
I may never see you again.
I'll literally never see you again. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me your money.
Yeah, thanks for your money.
Thanks for giving me your money.
Yeah.
Just look at me. I was going to go to the club and do this anyways.
Right. And I'm getting paid to do it?
Oh,
I love that.
why not?
You can't lose. You really can't lose. When you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So I don't see that as like, I worked really hard in the club. I didn't.
Yeah.
You can ask my manager. Like, he knows I didn't do shit. Like, I had fun in the club and still, like, made my money, and I wish that club culture in Vegas was more like that. But it's not.
I feel like it's not here. It's just become such a stigma here too. And then I think too, you get some people again who do come here because they're like, oh, the stigma of Vegas dancers this, Vegas that. And it shows because they treat the dancers a certain way, and it's not the same kind of like energy
At all.
And it's like, just what is worth it? I hear a lot about some of like my friends who are in the dance world. Like, they love traveling to dance now. They're like, I'm gonna go to this club, I'm going to this state to dance, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. They prefer it over being here. And I'm like, I get it. Like, it makes sense. But that's even like too, like, I don't know if you're familiar with like any of the brothels and things like that, but like a lot of the girls at brothels, they were dancers first. Not all of them, but a lot of them were dancers first. They started going to the brothels. They go, and a lot of the brothels, you have to work at least a week, whatever. Like, you have to be like living there basically for the week. So a lot of the girls, they go 2 weeks. They don't go for another month. They made their money then. They don't need to. Yeah. They go, they do whatever, and then they like go back. And I feel like a lot of traveling dancers, that's what they're doing now. Is they're like, hey, they're going to some of these places and making crazy amounts. What would you feel like was like the best night you ever had? Like, what did you make in like the best night ever?
In Hawaii?
Wherever.
Damn. I danced at a private party 2 years ago in Vegas, and there were 4 girls in the room. We each walked with like $22K.
For one night.
In one night. We were there for like 6 hours.
That's not a bad hourly rate.
At all. Yeah.
Give me a couple more nights like that.
Yeah, flew back to Hawaii, called my financial advisor. I was like, here, take it, do something with it. Don't ever tell me where it is, what I can do with it. Don't say shit to me about it.
Like just take it. Like,
take it, put it away from me.
Like,
we'll never speak about it again.
Like, let's figure this out and handle it the right way.
When I have really, really, really good nights like that, or like when I run into unusually large amounts of money, that's what I do. Because I'm the type of person where, like, I love to treat myself. I love spoiling myself.
Like,
I really do.
This.
I need this. I want to go here. I want to do this. And, like, when I pretend that I don't have that money, I don't feel the need to, like, treat myself.
Yeah, it's like you don't have it.
Like, subconsciously, I know it's there somewhere if in case of an emergency. But
it's like just don't. Pretend
I don't,
like you don't have it.
Out of sight, out of
It's
mind.
like not there. I feel like that's one thing too. I feel like that is a problem in the dance community. They make all this money, not even just the dance community, the lifestyle in general, whether
industry,
that's the industry,
as
whether
a whole.
it's you work in a club, whether you are a dancer, like bottle girls,
bartenders,
servers, just everything. They get all this money and it's like, oh, it's quick. I'm making all this money in one day. Mm-hmm. They're not investing, they're not saving, they're not doing any of that. And then down the line, they're like, dang, like, where did all this go? Like, I've made all this, I've made all that.
Yeah, I've touched $1 million and I have $15K in my bank account. What the fuck?
Not even that half the time. Half the time they spend it till they have nothing. Because they're like, oh, I'm just going to go back to the club and I'm going to make it again. And then they're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. And there's a lot of people who they're making crazy amounts of money in the industry and they are living month to month. They're then rushing at the end of the month to figure out, how do I pay my rent on the first?
I feel like a literal crisis in the dance industry is people living night to night on their money because they want purses, they want shoes, they want a nice car, they want a nice apartment. And like, you can have nice stuff, just make sure you're not the one paying for it.
Yeah.
Or like, if you want a nice apartment, make that your like big spend.
Make that your big spend. And it's like, I feel like too, it's one of those things where it's so much so in the industry, you almost feel like you have to have it. Like if you don't have it, you're not cool enough, you're not this, you're not that.
I see that a lot with like baby dancers who come into the club, not like age wise, but like when you first start dancing, you're like a baby dancer, but they get their first $1,000, they go buy a bag. And like when you first start making your money, that's the time that you want to save it. I tell baby dancers, when you start dancing, for the first year of you dancing, live like you're broke still. Like no matter how much money you make, no matter what you're getting, pretend that you're fucking broke.
Something could happen and you never know.
It could all crash. All that shit goes away so fast, and it's so easy to spend money.
Yeah.
We're living in a generation where like
everything
costs so much money. Apartments, like rent at least 2 bands a month, at least for like a regular spot.
To somewhere, even just for you to be somewhere that's safe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when you're a dancer, when people know that, you need to be in a safe place.
Yeah.
You need to like find those things, or even too, like I'm like, why do you feel you need the nicest car ever? Like go get you a little Toyota Corolla.
If it gets you point A to point B, and like there
has AC in Vegas, especially has
AC, and like your windows work, all your doors open, like
they lock.
Who cares? I've always been the kind of person like, who cares? Like it's about material. Yeah.
It's everyone sees
it's
what everyone else has.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want that look, like, or do you not want that look?
Do you want the look, or do you want the longevity of your money?
Yeah. Do you want to have to worry about it? Or even too, like I've noticed too, you have so many girls who like get, their tricks or their sugar daddies, like whatever, however you want to call them. They're giving them all this money, doing all these things for them. And next thing you know, like, you're not seeing this person anymore. You didn't save not a penny that this person did anything, like any of this money, because you just thought this person was going to stay forever. You have to forget, this isn't your husband.
No, this person has no obligations to you at all.
They're doing it because they feel like it at that moment. You think that you're the first one that they had? What are you going to do when someone else comes next? Like, what's next?
Because there's always better. There's always better on both ends.
On both ends.
He can find someone better that he wants to spend money on, or she. There's sugar mamas out there somewhere. Hit me up. But there's better girls for him, and there's better tricks for the girls. So like, when you have someone who is generous with you and likes to spoil you, have them put money into an investment account, a high yield savings account, instead of buying you a fucking Chanel. Who cares?
Or something. Like, do something more. Or instead of that, like, pay your car off. If they're willing to spend
right.
have them get, it could be a regular
invest
car.
in you and assets. Like
hey,
gain assets.
Can you help me I don't want to dance forever. Can you help me start another business?
Right.
And that is one thing that I did notice, like, with a lot of people who do have, like, their tricks, everything. One of the biggest things, or even, like, men that I've met who have made it very clear they like tricking, they like doing all these things.
Right.
One of the biggest things that I feel like they say is, I'd rather invest in her.
Yep.
I'd rather do this. I'd rather do that. I'd rather give her this. Oh, she wants to do this. And obviously, if they're that financially stable, more than likely, that of course you have your one-offs who didn't get it on their own, like they handed it down, whatever. But a lot of these people, like, you get in the room with some of them, take advantage of that. Like, I'm very big on, like, my friendships, anything. I'm going to learn something from you.
You have to be able to add something to my life, and that can be intellectually too.
It can be anything.
Please teach me.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is literally where the most money's going to come from.
Yeah, put tools in my tool belt, please.
How do I know this? Oh, hey,
don't put a purse in my hands. Yeah.
How do I do it?
Mm-hmm.
You do this. Okay, well, I run these businesses. Oh, wow, I actually really like that. You run them successfully. I could possibly be good at something like this. What can I do? Or how do I get into this industry?
Yeah.
Or even, like, you have your people who, are into, like, stocks, who are into all these things. Take the time to learn about it.
Yeah.
Well, even if it's not something you want to do necessarily, take the time and learn about it just in case you ever need to use that.
It's a tool in your toolbox.
You have it.
Yep.
Use it.
You can use it, or you can give that knowledge to someone else.
Yeah. Who's gonna be better at that for you. Like,
yeah.
So many different things. But if someone is willing to invest in you, do it. And if someone's willing to buy you a Chanel bag or do this, they're probably willing to, like, do things to better help you.
Yeah, not better.
Or instead of your Chanel bag, why don't you have them pay your rent? If you're getting a Chanel bag for $7K. Okay, your rent is, we'll just go on the low end, $1,500.
Pay 6 months of my rent.
Literally.
Like, what?
Pay your rent up.
Yeah.
Pay it up. And be like, hey, you know what? I don't want a Chanel bag, but hey, you still want to buy me a bag. You want me to look great. There are some places that have great leather. They make custom leather bags, this and that. And instead of it costing $1,200, $4,000, $7,000, whatever it is, how about we pay up this for me? Can we put this towards my bills? And then, hey, can we take $1,000 and just get me 3 bags, a black one, a white one, and a brown one, or whatever.
High quality goods.
High quality.
Without the little fucking metal.
The little logo.
You can get one on Amazon and fucking glue it on. No one's gonna know. Like, literally, it doesn't matter. No one cares.
And like, that's the thing too. No one cares. Like, I found now, like, I have like designer stuff, like everything, and I love it. One of the biggest things that I did notice for myself, I love those like true leather brands. Like, I feel like your bags last forever. You can use them for anything. They're consistently like working. Find that, use that. Like, stop always putting everything on like, I need a logo. What is that LV going to do for you? What is that logo going to do for you? Can that logo do anything for you or your life? Like,
it's not an asset, because it's not going to appreciate in value. It's not going to, you're not going to gain anything from having that. You're going to have it, it's going to look cute, and then it's going to be out of season, and you're going to need a new one.
You're going to need a new one. Or you're going to wear it out because that's the only bag that they bought you. Right. You're going to wear it out. You're going to wear it till it is done. Then what do?
Yeah, and then you're out of bag and you don't have the money for it.
So what's next? Like, I don't know. I just think more people need to like open up to that.
I think financial literacy is so important when you make cash.
They need to teach it in general. They need to start teaching it in school.
In school. I agree. I've been saying that. I fully think that, like, when you are 18 years old, you should know how to file your taxes. You should know how to you should know the difference between different kinds of bank accounts. You should be able to open and maintain a bank account by yourself. I think
paying bills, like figuring out how to pay bills. How do you do this? Or budgeting.
Your credit score, credit worthiness. Like, you need to know all of these things if you want to be financially stable
in life.
And that's,
they need to teach it. That's the downfall, I think, of a lot of people, is the fact that they don't know these things. And then once they get in, I'm 18, I'm gonna run this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. They do all of these things that are now causing issues in their life.
Yeah. And they did these things when they were 18.
When you were 18.
You took out a crazy loan from the bank to get a nice-ass car because you had a little bit of money. And
everyone else had one. And
yeah.
You wanted to look cool.
And you're 18, so you can get a loan now. And you, of course, you have no credit history, so, like...
They're going to give it to you.
They're going to give it to you. You have nothing negative
and they don't care, no matter what. The bank's going to get their money.
The bank's going to get their money either way. They don't give no fuck about you. So, like, they go out, they open a fucking loan that they can't pay back. They get their car repoed. Their credit score is 400.
Like, what do you do?
Now, what do you do? You can't get rented an apartment. You can't get another loan for a car. You don't have a car now.
Now what?
Like, yeah, now what are you going to do?
And that's also one of those things, too, like, with, different people. Like, you never know. Like, I know for me, I got screwed before I was even 18 by my family.
People put your names on cards.
Put my name on stuff, like, did different things. Yeah. I got screwed already.
Yeah.
So it's like, now you have this and that. Like, there's people who live those certain lifestyles, and like, hey, if you would have known financially, you would have found ways to kind of help and build that and fix that for yourself too.
Right.
And it's like, people need to just really just give that in and like start teaching your kids. And it's like, have you seen like the people who like, they have their kids and they're like, I'd give them an allowance of this, but then I take this amount to go towards bills, whatever.
Yeah.
Do that.
That's smart.
And especially like when if your kid gets a job at 14, 15, whatever.
Yeah.
Once they get a job, start telling them, hey, this is how much I'm going to start charging you in rent. Even if you don't use that for anything, like, put it in a savings account for them.
Charge them $50 a month for rent. Just so that they can learn how to budget, how like money flow works, and that you need to think about, you have bills to pay before you go out with your friends and
spend it all.
Yeah, spend it all, go to eat, go do whatever activities. Like, you have priorities.
Like, hey, I know for a fact every month I'm going to have to be out $50. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's $50, like, how do I do this? What's next? Ooh, okay. How,
I can take this much out of my check per week, so that at the end of the month it's already there, and I haven't even thought about it.
And I think that we need to teach that to people common. And do it. And I think you just need to. And even if, again, you don't have to necessarily do that, but at least have the conversations with your kids to teach them about financial literacy.
Just like awareness. Just letting them know like what's coming. If you don't want to charge your kid rent, don't. But like, prepare them for what they're going to get hit with at 18.
Teach them.
Yeah.
Teach them something. Make sure that when they enter the world, they're entering it in the best way possible.
With as much
knowledge.
As much of a head start as you can give them. But I think knowledge is really power. And I think the younger you learn these things, the better off you're going to be. Yeah. Because I know people our age who are just figuring out how to raise your credit score. And they have $17,000 in credit card debt. and their credit score is 580 and they're trying to get a house and the bank says no.
How do I do this?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought, or I didn't realize this, or just being able to like figure out like what it is and like paying attention to it.
Yeah.
What's the next thing that you can do? How can you do this?
Small steps. How can you build this for yourself?
We need more financial literacy in general in the world, and hopefully at some point it comes. I feel like, it's good that you had that and like you figured it out and you're like, hey, now you're here. But now that's also too, like, I'm sure you were able to move. Like if you were to have been stagnant not doing that, you wouldn't have been able to move out of Hawaii.
Absolutely not.
It's expensive enough to live in Hawaii, in general.
Moving off island, I didn't ship anything. I spent $7,000 just moving clothes and shoes off of an island. Getting out of my apartment, getting into a new apartment, 7 bands in, I think it was 30 days.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it's just like you have to find that to be able to even have it. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that you may have wanted or you may think about now, like, dang, this would be great to have here, that you couldn't bring with you because
it's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
So you had to give up so many different things or things that you've built for however many years you've built up on. Now you have to find out whether you sold them, whether you did something, and it's like, dang, now I don't have these things.
I had like little hobbies that like I'd make a little bit of money on just out there. I would make little outfits for my dance friends or like do hair and makeup, style my friend's hair, that kind of stuff. And I had to sell all of my stuff from doing that because it just wasn't realistic for me to bring it with me.
What hobbies would you like to pick back up now that you're here? Like now that you have more time, like what are your hobbies you want to kind of pick up here?
I really want to get into Pilates. I love the gym. I love working out.
Pilates, mommy.
I've done Pilates once. It kicked my ass, but it felt so good. But I really want to get into Pilates out here. I could see myself doing classes like multiple times a week because I already like being active. I already like the gym. I already like moving around.
That might be your next job. You might be a Pilates instructor.
Would you take my class?
I would. I would be like, ooh, look at the teacher. She's going to teach us.
So you have to focus, Char.
I would literally be like, I am.
Fully extended, Char.
I would hold it.
Breathe. Not as role play Pilates.
No, I've been wanting to do, so Pilates, I've already, I did Pilates. I want to get back into doing it regularly, but what I really want to do is aerial fitness.
On the like silks?
On the silks.
Ooh.
Because I already love like silks.
That.
I love I'm super flexible. Like I love like flexibility training.
Yeah.
The silks from anyone that I've talked to, it will stretch your flexibility.
You out, honey.
It will do it. So I really want to do that. Like I really want to like focus on like getting that and like working more into that. And I think that would be fun.
I want like wholesome, good for me hobbies.
Yeah.
Like I want healthy, like health and wellness lifestyle hobbies.
Like that's not just a crazy let's go. Vegas is, and that's hard sometimes here in Vegas. Like but then once you start finding it, like one thing I noticed is I have like my certain friends like for certain things, and I'm like, oh, I know that I can do this. And then I have my friends who I'm like, so guys, let's bring out my alter ego.
Right. This is what's going on. Pull up. It's gonna be insane. Yeah.
And I'm like, let me come meet you guys because I want to.
I got a little pressure built up, honey.
I definitely looked at she's sitting here laughing because I called last night. I didn't even go out last night, but I definitely called. I definitely called and was like, I was sitting here and like something was taking over my body.
Oh.
And he's like, Jezebel was taking over. Oh, yeah. She was like trying to come out and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't breathe. And then I realized she wasn't taking over today. She just wanted to let me know that she's
ready for a weekend.
She's ready for a weekend.
The weekend is coming. She's getting ready. She's preparing herself.
But I definitely was like, all right, I definitely need to go out. But I have like those friends where I'm like, hey guys. And then even, some of those friends who I do like get crazy with, I'm like, so do you guys want to have a wholesome dinner tonight? Would you guys like
can we have family dinner?
Can we have family? Do you guys just want to come hang out? Yeah. Let's just sit at my countertop.
I feel like you have to have versatile friends. Yeah. Living in a place like this, you have to have friends that aren't, let's go out and party all the time, or I don't do that, let's go explore nature all the time. I feel like you need friends that can do everything. And I think you need to be able to like have your friends you can have with everything. Like you have your everything friends, then you have your little sectors of friends.
You have your non-party friends, you have your Pilates friends, you have your hike friends, you have your travel friends.
Yeah.
And it's like you keep those like
separate in their groups. Yeah.
Because sometimes not everyone is made to like mesh, and not everyone's made to be into every part of your life.
No.
And it's like just
Sometimes the thought of like mingling my friend groups gives me the worst anxiety.
Because it's like, oh, I know that this person is going to say something crazy because
And I know
this is how
that
we
this
do.
person's going to be absolutely appalled by that. Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah. Because
I warn people.
I'm friends with a lot of different kinds of people.
Same.
Yeah.
So I tell people, I'm like, hey, if you're going to come to this party,
here's your warning.
This is probably going to happen. So if you don't want this, please stay home.
Yeah. With all my love and respect.
If you would like to try it out, you're more than welcome to. And if you get uncomfortable, just go.
Just dip.
One's gonna don't say anything. Just no one's gonna feel any way. Just live your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just like, oof. But I think we're at our time. I know it doesn't.
She was a quickie.
She was a quickie.
She was a good one though.
Some people have to like go do other work things today. They said, not me.
Not me. Don't worry, guys.
Don't worry. We're gonna go have a great time today. Probably be a very wholesome, chill day. But
But we have a full schedule of no obligations.
whatever our heart desires.
Yeah.
But on that note, so what I like to do at the end is just kind of give them a little advice. Give either like younger you or someone. It doesn't even have to be younger. It can be something we didn't even talk about. Just give some advice and then tell them where they can follow you on like social media if you want them to. And yeah.
My advice to your people.
It doesn't have to be to my people. It can be to your younger self. It could be to your friends. You could say whatever you want.
Be selfish because you can't pour from an empty cup. And I think if someone would have told me that at like 14, 15, I would have been so straight. Because I feel like I felt so long just like
longing to fill everyone else up, and then you're like sitting there and you're
people pleasing.
How do I keep
myself going?
Yeah, that was me. That's me. No, I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes that's still me. Sometimes I still just
same.
Just pour and I ain't got nothing.
It just ain't shit.
Somehow I just get a little something in there.
You can follow me on Instagram at Emma Polanski. We can link it or something because the people are
slide it on there.
Yeah. Yeah, just edit that and that's really my only social that I use.
See, that's all you guys need. Anything
Real simple.
Else? If you guys find any other ones of her, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You actually did not.
But on that note, of course, it is your host, Charlese. Follow me at Is It Charlese on really everything, actually. Yeah, basically everything. And then follow the podcast at Charlese Will Figure It Out. And of course, like go on YouTube and subscribe. Or just go to the Instagram, follow the Instagram. Then click the link. Then subscribe. All that good stuff. And then, throw some likes, throw some comments. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be nice. I don't really care. Live your life. Say whatever you want about me.
Engagement is engagement. Say whatever you want.
I love it here. Please feed me. Feed me with your negativity so that I can turn it into power. But of course, as I always say, do what's best for you. Live your life kind of on the same little selfish vibe. Live for yourself and focus on yourself and focus on the people who are also pouring into you. They're helping fill your cup. It's okay to kind of share that love with them. Do what's best for you, though, and have a great day. And, of course, we are here at Chicken Wrap Entertainment. And that's it. Goodbye, guys.